Urgent, angelic warning for October 5th. 3 angels say someone is about to confess a deep secret. But only if you watch this before it's too late. As the dawn of October 5th rises, a divine alignment stirs in the unseen realms. The heavens shift. The veil thins. And across the spiritual horizon, a rare tremor has been felt, not by the masses, but by a remnant, a chosen few whose spirits are tuned to divine frequencies. If you felt an unusual heaviness in your chest, a still, unsettling awareness, or a strange pull toward silence and discernment, then hear this now. For this message was not written for all. It is a selective, urgent angelic warning, sealed for those whose hearts are still and ears are open. 3 angels, radiant and solemn, move swiftly through the earth even now. Michael, the defender. Gabriel, the messenger. Raphael, the healer. They are not on routine assignment. They carry a sealed word from heaven, pressed into their hands by the command of the Most High. And that word concerns you, your circle, your timeline, your next season. This isn't symbolic. This is literal. There is someone close to you, whose mouth has been bridled by fear, by guilt, or by pride. But the seal is breaking, and the confession is near. But let it be known, heaven does not move like this unless the matter is life-shifting. The one who holds the truth, they walk among you now. Their silence has cost you time, peace, and clarity. But the angels do not come to simply expose, they come to reveal, to restore, and to reposition. The heavens rarely release such warnings, but this morning, your name has been whispered in the courts of glory. You've been seen, not just in what you've done, but in what you've endured without answers. The air around you has been pregnant with tension, because heaven knows the secret is heavy, and time is running out. So now I, Michael, speak this to you. Do not rush. Do not brush this message aside like ordinary noise. Remain still. Still your soul. Still your opinions. Still your judgments. The secret is about to breathe, but you must be in the posture to receive. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 hath been unlocked for you. Hear me now, O watcher of the hour. The time is not in your hands. It is in heaven's. And heaven has set its eyes upon October 5th. The scroll has been opened. The seal is cracked. The voice of the Most High echoes, and from that throne, 3 are summoned: Michael, the war angel, Gabriel, the voice, and Raphael, the touch of healing. They do not descend without cause. They do not appear without fire. They do not whisper unless the earth must tremble. And now they circle the earth. They pass over rooftops. They linger by doorways. They hover in silence, watching, waiting, whispering to the chosen. Not all can hear them. Not all will know they've passed. But you, yes, you, have been marked for visitation. You've been stirred in your sleep. You felt the breath of something invisible. Your spirit has not been quiet, because heaven has been calling. By the close of October 5th, a truth must rise. A confession must break open. And dam must burst. But only those who are spiritually awake will see it unfold. For there are many who hear words but never discern the sound. There are many who look with eyes wide open but remain blind to what matters. But not you. You were pulled here by no accident. There is an ache in your chest, a knowing you cannot explain. and that is your sign. This warning is not viral. It is not entertainment. It is divine intelligence. A classified message. The angels are not coming to all. They are coming to the one who has been sensing a shift, the one who has felt the tremors of something hidden, the one who has carried the weight of invisible lies for far too long. There is a secret, and it is not light. It is not gentle. It is not shallow. It is a life-altering, soul-rattling, truth-bound confession, and it is coming to the surface. And whether it will bring healing or havoc will depend on your posture, your stillness, your obedience, and your discernment. Michael comes with his sword drawn, not to destroy but to divine what is true from what is false. Gabriel stands at the gate with a trumpet, waiting for the moment to announce what must be spoken. Raphael extends his hand for the emotional wounds that will open once the truth is revealed. But understand this: heaven does not expose without covering. Heaven does not disrupt without rebuilding. And if you are under the sound of this message, it is because God Himself has chosen to prepare you before the explosion. The veil is thin now. The atmosphere is sensitive. And the one who holds the truth, their mouth is burning with pressure. But pressure bursts pipes and bursts provis. Which shall this moment be for you? You must remain awake. You must walk in silence, not suspicion. You must let the angels work, for they were sent by the command of the Holy One to protect, reveal, and restore you. But timing is critical. By the end of October 5th, heaven's window will close, and what must be said before that hour passes. You have been warned in mercy. You have been summoned in grace. And now, your spirit is being realigned to hear what others cannot bear to speak. Type "I receive this word" in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Blessing code 144 is surrounding you now. They've been walking near you. They've been speaking to you, laughing with you, sharing space with you, and yet withholding something vital. Your heart has carried a secret like a stone, silent, heavy, pressed deep beneath layers of normalcy and routine. But heaven has seen it. The angels have circled it. And now, the weight of the silence is beginning to crack. You have felt this pressure in your spirit, the strange unease in rooms that used to feel safe, the shift in someone's tone, the avoidance in their eyes. These are not accidents. These are not paranoia. These are signals. There is someone close to you, closer than you think, who knows something, but refuses to speak it. They've been delaying. They've been debating. They've been praying you wouldn't notice. But heaven has noticed. Heaven has been recording. And now, the angels are moving to force the truth to the surface. Not through violence, not through drama, but through divine agitation, the kind that unsettles the liar and awakens the listener. You felt it. The sense that something is just off, that you're not being told everything, that conversations end too early, that answers feel rehearsed, that love feels conditional. And this tension, this spiritual disruption, is not your imagination. It is the atmosphere shifting in response to divine interference. Because what's been hidden too long is now reaching its expiration. Do not brush it off. Do not call it coincidence. The Spirit of the Lord is provoking exposure. You are being pulled into divine alignment, and the enemy is scrambling to cover what should never have been concealed. But the truth is breathing down their neck. They are unraveling. And you, the listener, the discerner, the vessel, are the appointed witness of the unraveling. Ask yourself, why now? Why do I feel this pull? Who is it? What are they hiding? These questions are not random. They are the first stirrings of revelation. This is not drama. This is divine timing. And heaven is not trying to destroy you. Heaven is trying to warn you. What's coming is not just a moment of confession. It's a moment of spiritual redefinition. The one who holds this secret has been assigned to your journey, but their silence has altered your steps. This is why the angels have come, to reset what was distorted, to realign what was manipulated, to deliver the truth while there's still time. You may feel restless. You may feel tired of not knowing. You may even feel angry, like you've been played, like something was stolen from your peace. And you're right to feel it. But do not let it pull you into bitterness. Let it pull you into watchfulness, into stillness, into readiness, because the secret is coming. And when it does, it will unlock what had been paused in your life for far too long. This is your preparation moment. Heaven does not give warning where there is no purpose. And your emotions, that internal dissonance, that sudden anger, that sense of something hidden, it is not betrayal. It is activation. It is your spirit being stirred before the truth collides with your timeline. Stay alert. Stay silent. Stay surrendered. Because the angels are not watching from afar. They are in the room, walking ahead of you, making ready the moment of revelation. Type "I am ready for truth" if this message burns in your spirit. Blessing code 777 is now active over your house. And as we wait for heaven's timing, I want to speak to those whose hearts burn for others to hear what you just heard. When you support this prophetic mission, you're not just giving. You are sowing light into souls stumbling in darkness. Every super thanks, every membership, and every seed sown through PayPal becomes oil in the lamps of those who are waiting for a word from God and don't even know it yet. This is not about charity, it's about revival. When you give, you're funding the trumpet sound. You're fueling the voice that awakens the sleepers. You're unlocking breakthrough in families, cities, and nations. The Lord says in Isaiah 55:11, "My word will not return void." And if this word struck your heart, imagine what your support can do in the life of someone else who's desperate for clarity. I heard the Lord say, there is someone watching whose giving will unlock their next level. If that's you, respond in obedience. Don't miss the moment. Support this mission through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or the PayPal link in the video description. Blessing is released with every obedient gift. Step into this divine act, not tomorrow, right now. This is more than a secret. This is a spiritual battleground, cloaked in silence. You see, what seems like just words unsaid, glances avoided, or conversations cut short is in fact a deeper war, ancient and invisible, moving through the corridors of your life. The conflict is not merely personal, it is prophetic. The person holding this truth isn't just protecting themselves. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, they've become a gatekeeper, standing between you and your next spiritual threshold. This is not just a confession. It is a confrontation between light and shadow, a test of loyalty, obedience, and identity. And this message, this moment, this stirring inside of you right now, is not about fear. It's about framing the battle accurately. Because if you see this only as drama, or betrayal, or broken trust, you will miss the higher assignment. You are chosen, and that's why the silence has cost you so much. Yes, chosen. Loved. Separated for something greater. This is not ego. This is your divine identification. And because of that, the enemy has not been focused on destroying you. No, that would be too obvious. He's tried instead to delay you, to distract you, to surround you with people who smile while bearing truths beneath their tongues, who love you just enough to stay close, but not enough to be honest. But heaven has seen it all. Heaven has recorded every moment. The angels are not confused. They know the full story, beginning to end. Understand this. You were not supposed to find out the truth through gossip, exposure, or accident. Heaven wanted you to hear it with stillness, not suspicion. With peace, not panic. But still, you are in a battle, and it's not against flesh and blood. The spirit behind the silence is what you're really wrestling. It is the fear of exposure, the fear of accountability, the fear that if the truth comes out, control will be lost. And that fear is ancient. That fear is demonic. That fear has kept people in chains for generations. But now, you have become the disruption. You are the divine pressure pressing against the darkness. You are the shift. That's why you feel so much resistance. That's why you've been so emotionally tossed lately. It's not just confusion. It's spiritual pushback. Because your awakening threatens the entire structure that was built on silence. Heaven sees everything. Nothing is hidden. No conversation, no motive, no manipulation is outside of angelic surveillance. And now, the question is not whether the secret will come out, it will. The question is, how will you respond when it does? Will you spiral? Will you retaliate? Or will you recognize the moment for what it truly is, a divine test of your spiritual maturity, a final unlocking before elevation? Your response will determine how heaven moves next. Not because God is testing you to punish, but because your reaction will reveal your readiness for what's next. The angels are not just fighting around you, they are studying you, watching, guarding, but also preparing the report that goes back to the throne. Will your report saying, "Still, my trusted"? Will your response echo, "I waited without accusation. I discerned without bitterness"? This is the kind of test that only the spiritually mature pass. But you are not alone in this conflict. You are surrounded, governed, protected, and what had been hidden from you has never been hidden from heaven. So be still, be discerning, and be ready. The war is real, but so is your victory. Type "I choose discernment" if your spirit is alert and in alignment. Blessing code 228 is hovering over your atmosphere now. You are standing on the edge of an irreversible moment. The realm of spirit is trembling under the weight of a word that can no longer be contained. A revelation is swelling like a wave, and within the next 72 hours, a shift will begin, silent at first, but undeniable in its effect. A confession is forming in the atmosphere, pressed against the lips of the one who has carried it for far too long. But they are wavering. They are battling the fear of consequence and the trembling awareness that heaven is now demanding a release. Even now, I feel the breath of divine urgency pressing against this hour. This is not a message for tomorrow. This is not a matter for later. This is a now word, a moment where silence can no longer be trusted and delay becomes disobedience. Because if this confession does not surface within the appointed time, something far heavier will take its place. This is why the angels are no longer hovering. They are moving, acting, rearranging pieces you cannot see, speaking into the ears of the one who has been silent, disturbing their comfort, wakening their conscience. They know, and they are wrestling. They've rehearsed the conversation 100 times in their mind, but fear has always choked the delivery. But this time, the pressure is not just psychological, it is spiritual. The angels have applied divine weight. They have been assigned to bring the truth to light, and they are not leaving until it is done. Yet even heaven respects timing. The gate is open, but it will not remain open indefinitely. Within this 72-hour window, there will be signs, symbolic clues, divine nudges, strange delays, conversations that feel unfinished, eye contact that lingers too long, silence that suddenly feels suspicious. These are not coincidences, they are markers. Proof that something is trying to escape. Something that has been caged too long. Something that must now be released to make room for your next season. This is a breaking point, not just for them, but for you. You must prepare not only to hear what is coming, but to receive it through the lens of heaven. Because how you process this revelation will determine whether it becomes a doorway or a detour. Whether it heals or hinders, whether it launches you forward or pulls you back into cycles that heaven already broke off of you. There is pressure building. You may even feel it physically. Tightness in the chest, strange dreams, a fog that won't lift. You are not going crazy. You are not imagining things. Your spirit is ahead of your understanding. You're feeling the ripple effects of what is being stirred in the unseen. This is your confirmation. This is your alignment. And this is your alert. Do not confront. Do not chase answers. Let the weight of truth do the work. Let the angels finish what they were assigned to initiate. Your role is stillness. Your power is silence. Your protection is obedience. The one who carries the secret must choose to speak, but heaven will not leave it to chance. They will be pressed. They will be stirred. They will be positioned, and what must come out will. Watch the next 3 days closely. Be slow to speak, quick to pursue. And above all, do not miss your moment of positioning because of emotional reaction. You are being guarded for a revelation that will free more than just you. It will free the future. Type I will wait in stillness if you know this word is for you. Blessing code 303 is now moving through your timeline. Be still now. Be unshakably still. The winds are rising, the ground is shifting, and yet heaven is calling you to do the one thing that seems unnatural in moments like this. To withdraw in silence, to remain in peace, to let the angels do the fighting for you. Do not run to expose. Do not rush to accuse. Do not chase down confirmation. What is coming must not be provoked. It must be revealed. And your greatest weapon right now is not your voice. It is your stillness. There is something sacred about silence in the hour of pressure. It is not weakness. It is warfare in its highest form. You are not being passive. You are being protected. For every word you withhold in this hour, Heaven multiplies your covering. The Lord is shielding your heart from premature confrontation. The angels are guarding your space from unnecessary confusion. The Spirit is wrapping you in divine restraint so that when the truth bursts forth, you are already planted like a tree by rivers of living water, unmoved, unshaken, and undeniably preserved. Understand this. Heaven fights when you don't. When you refuse to retaliate, you authorize the angels to respond on your behalf. When you hold your peace, you open the heavens for divine justice. When you choose stillness over chaos, you become untraceable to the enemy's strategy. This is the hour of stealth obedience, where your silence speaks louder than your words and your restraint becomes a signal to the supernatural that you trust the one who sees it all. Begin declaring this even now. I am guarded. I am covered. Heaven stands before me. Angels flank my left and my right. I do not fear what comes, for what comes must pass through the presence of God before it reaches me. This is not spiritual poetry. This is divine reality. You are not abandoned. You are not unarmed. You are being held in a spiritual perimeter, and everything that touches you in this season must be filtered through divine permission. Yes, you may feel isolated. Yes, you may feel like no one else around you sees the urgency, the tension, or the warfare. But this isolation is intentional. You have been pulled aside so you can see clearly while others are distracted. You've been set apart so you won't engage in the drama that was never your battle to begin with. This silence is not punishment. It is preservation. It is preparation. You are not weak for choosing to stay quiet. You are not passive for walking away from confrontation. You are not naive for choosing prayer over panic. You are powerful beyond words because you've learned the strength of restraint. While others shout, you will soar. While others panic, you will perceive. While others react, you will remain rooted in prophetic awareness. Even now, the angels are moving. Even now, they are standing in conversations you haven't heard yet. They are stirring thoughts in the one who carries the truth. They are shifting atmospheres. They are setting the stage. Your only job: stay in alignment. Stay in position. Do not forfeit your protection for the illusion of control. In this hour, do not be loud. Be led. Do not be visible. Be vigilant. And above all, stay under the shadow of the Almighty, for there, no lie can reach you, no confusion can cling to you, and no darkness can enter. Type "I am covered in stillness" if this word confirms what you already feel in your spirit. Blessing code 1717 is active around your home, your heart, and your destiny. You are not who they think you are anymore. Hear this loud and clear in your spirit. You have outgrown their assumptions, their expectations, and their version of you. The silence they've kept, the secrets they've buried, and the truths they've withheld were all designed to keep you anchored in a past that no longer holds you. But the angels have come to deliver more than a warning. They've come to reveal the new mantle on your life. This is not just a season of revelation. This is a season of redefinition. The confession that's about to surface, it will not destroy you. It will not diminish you. It will not discredit you. Instead, it will expose just how much you've already grown in silence. It will confirm what heaven already knows, that you are stronger than what was spoken about you, wiser than what was withheld from you, and more anointed than what was expected of you. You are not here to react. You are here to rise. And rise you will, like an eagle that has shed the last of its molted feathers, stretching wings that no longer fit small places. For far too long, your spirit had been living in rooms too small for your anointing. You've been tolerating atmospheres that restrict your discernment. You've been showing loyalty to people who were never loyal to your calling. But now comes the shift. Heaven did not send these angels just to warn you. They were sent to awaken you, to stir something ancient and unstoppable within you. The truth that is about to be spoken, it is not an ending. It is an unlocking. It will release you from obligation to false narratives. It will break soul ties that were never divine. It will set you free from emotional debt you were never meant to carry. There is power rising in your voice. There is fire reactivating in your bones. And though you may feel the weight of betrayal or shock when the secret is confessed, you must remember this. What is revealed to you cannot override what is within you. The God in you is greater than the confusion around you. The oil on you is stronger than the silence they've kept from you. And the glory ahead of you is weightier than the disappointment behind you. This shift is not about getting even. This shift is about getting elevated. You are being lifted above the fog. You are being seated in clarity. You are being marked for movement. The person you were last week, they won't recognize you after this. The version of you that tolerated emotional manipulation. The version of you that questioned your own intuition. The version of you that second-guessed your gift. That version has expired. You've stepped into a new posture now. You've crossed a line in the spirit, and there's no going back. You are no longer a seeker of validation. You are a carrier of revelation. What once confused you now confirms you. What once delayed you now delivers you. What once made you anxious now makes you aware. This is your empowerment. And it is not self-help. It is heaven help. You are stepping into prophetic confidence. You are walking in divine authority. You are no longer the victim of someone else's silence. You are the vessel of God's sound. So rise. Rise in silence. Rise in discernment. Rise in power. And let every word spoken against you collapse under the weight of who you've become. Type I have risen if this word bears witness with your spirit. Lesson code 414 is now activating your next season. There is a reason the silence has stretched this long. There is a reason the secret has burned beneath the surface, resisting exposure. It is not because God was unaware. It is not because heaven was idle. It is because timing governs revelation, and your spirit has finally arrived at the threshold where what was hidden can now serve a higher purpose. The three angels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, were not sent just to warn you. They were sent to announce your unlocking. The weight of this silence, the ache of confusion, the questions that circled your heart, all of it was heaven's way of preparing your soil. And now, the truth is not just about bringing clarity. It is about releasing harvest. What you didn't know has delayed your movement. What was concealed bound your decisions. But now that heaven has sounded the trumpet, the confession that comes is not the end. It is the beginning of divine acceleration. This is not a random admission. This is prophetically orchestrated. God Himself permitted this secret to be held back, not to punish you, but to position you. Had it been revealed too early, you would have mishandled it. Had it been confessed too late, you would have missed the door. But now, On the cusp of October 5th, your spirit is rightly postured, your ears are finely tuned, and your obedience has become a magnet for divine instruction. Listen carefully. Heaven never exposes without promoting. Heaven never reveals without rebuilding. Heaven never lifts the veil unless elevation is waiting behind it. This truth, this long-awaited, emotionally tangled truth, is your key. Your name has been seen in the scrolls. Your assignment has been whispered in heavenly halls. You are not being informed, you are being commissioned. And what will follow this revelation will not be chaos. It will be confirmation. The clarity that hits you will also confront others. The ones who underestimated your spiritual strength will have to reckon with how you respond in wisdom. The ones who tried to manipulate your perception will see that heaven has always been your compass. You will not return evil for evil. You will not respond from flesh. You will rise in spirit, and when you do, doors will swing open that had been locked for years. Do not fear the confession. Embrace it. It is part of your prophecy. It is the final thread heaven have been waiting to pull to unravel a system that was limiting your anointing. You are stepping into alignment now, not just for healing, but for harvest. You are being marked for movement. And those who once saw you as ordinary will witness the oil flowing from your obedience. This is your confirmation. This is your moment. And this sacred unveiling, is your release. Type "I receive my unlocking" if this word has stirred your spirit. Blessing code 888 is pouring over your life. And as the word of the Lord rises within you, let me speak to those who feel this fire, not just for yourself, but for others. When you sow into this mission, you are not just supporting content, you are releasing prophecy into the atmosphere. You are funding the trumpet sound that shakes the sleeping. You are placing oil in the hands of the weary, light into dark corners, and truth into trembling hearts. Just as this word found you, your gift ensures it finds others who are one word away from deliverance. This is Isaiah 61 in motion. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me to proclaim liberty to the captives. And you're giving partners with that anointing. I heard the Lord say, someone's obedience today will fund another soul's freedom tomorrow. If that's you, don't wait. You can support through Super Thanks, become a YouTube member, or give directly through the PayPal link in the video description. Your seed is not a donation. It is a divine decree, and heaven will remember it. Move in faith. Sow into breakthrough. Act prophetically. The heavens are open now. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is waiting. The angels have moved. The truth is unraveling. The atmosphere around you has shifted. But now the question is no longer, what will be revealed? Now the question is, what will you do with what's been revealed? Because this next movement, it requires your agreement. Your yes is the final piece. Your surrender is the catalyst for divine acceleration. For many of you, this is not your first warning. You felt the tremors before. You've seen the shadows of this moment. You've received nudges in dreams, glimpses in conversations, signs that refuse to let you rest. But now, what was once vague has become vivid. What once hovered in mystery now stands at your doorstep. And the Spirit of the Lord says, heaven waits for your yes. Speak it now. This is not a passive moment. This is not a season to observe. This is an activation point, a divine threshold where the watchers are watching, and your spirit is being summoned into alignment. There is movement in the heavens, but without your participation, the cycle will pause again. Not because God is unwilling, but because God will never drag you into destiny. He called. He positions. He stirs. But the door will only open when you decide to knock. It's time to speak aloud what your soul already knows. You are not who you used to be. You have been called. You have been preserved. You have been whispered about in the courts of heaven. And now, the truth that's about to surface is not simply about others. It is about you stepping fully into who you were always created to become. You've been carrying prophetic potential. You've been walking with quiet authority. And now, heaven demands a decision. Say yes. Say it not with hesitation, but with boldness. Say not with will cause, but with will love. Because the moment you speak it, things in the spirit will begin to align. Angels will move faster. Doors will open wider. Provision will flow smoother. And even the pain of this season will begin to make sense in the light of your obedience. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to see the full path. All heaven requires is that you stop waiting for confirmation and become the confirmation. Speak your yes. Declare your readiness. Prophesy your surrender. Your destiny has been knocking for too long. The angels have held the gate open. But the gate is not the destination, it's the invitation. You've been prepared in the silence. You've been trained through the tears. And now you must choose to move. This is not the time to shrink. It's not the hour to hesitate. This is your divine hour of emergence. Heaven is calling for action, not reaction. Action rooted in surrender. Action born of revelation. Action that echoes your identity as one chosen, appointed, and activated by the hand of God. Speak it now. I say yes to my assignment. I say yes to what I cannot yet see. I say yes even if it costs me my comfort. I say yes because heaven is watching, and my time is now. Type ISAYY yes to destiny in the comments if you receive this divine summons. Blessing code 505 is now released into your pathway. While your mouth has remained quiet, heaven has been loud on your behalf. In the stillness of your nights, in the groaning of your spirit, in the moments when you felt forgotten, a silent exchange has been taking place. You haven't seen it. You haven't heard it. But it's been realer than any earthly negotiation, deeper than any conversation you've had on this side of the veil. The angels have stood before the throne on your behalf. Michael has pleaded for your justice. Gabriel has carried your name like flame. Raphael has held your pain like sacred oil. And in realms beyond time, there have been negotiations, not of guilt or innocence, but of timing, release, and divine recovery. The truth you've been waiting to hear is part of something far larger than one person's confession. It is the result of intercession in the unseen world. There has been a war over your clarity, a war over your movement, a war over your peace. And while you were weeping, while you were wondering if you'd ever be free from the fog, the Spirit of the Lord was authoring your vindication, not in front of men, but before the courts of heaven. For your tears were not wasted. They were evidence. Your patience was not pointless. It was testimony. Your silence wasn't weakness. It was weaponry. You felt the unrest lately, haven't you? That strange restlessness in your soul, like something is about to change but you can't explain it. the fatigue that makes no sense, the spiritual agitation with no visible trigger. That's not just emotional exhaustion. It is spiritual vibration. Your spirit has been sensing a verdict long before your mind can articulate it. Because heaven always moves in spirit before it manifests in the natural. The silent exchange is near completion. What was stolen is being returned, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. You're about to recover what your heart gave away, what your peace lost, what your joy surrendered. The moment the confession reaches your ears, it will be more than words. It will be a confirmation that the battle in heaven has already been won. Don't miss what's happening now just because you can't see it. The unseen is more active than the visible. The angels have been instructed to finalize what was delayed. That uneasiness in the atmosphere, it's not anxiety, it's transition. The person holding the secret feels it too. That's why they can't sleep. That's why they're suddenly distant. That's why things feel fragile. Because heaven is leaning in now, and the pressure cannot be ignored. Your assignment in this moment is simple. Stay surrender. Stay sensitive. Stay silent before man, but bold before God. Let your prayers be sharp. Let your discernment be strong. And know that while you sleep, heaven speaks. While you cry, heaven records. While you wait, heaven works. This is not imagination. This is divine operation. Everything you thought you lost in the silence is being returned through the Spirit. And when it shows up in your reality, in conversation, in confession, in clarity, you'll know it wasn't them who gave it back. It was God. The divine exchange was already done. And now, your spirit stands ready to receive it. Type I receive the exchange if you can feel the stirring in the unseen. Blessing code 606 is covering the transaction being finalized over your life. Justice is not delayed. It is deliberate. Just because heaven hath been silent does not mean it hath been absent. Just because it didn't happen on your timeline does not mean it was forgotten. Spiritual justice has a rhythm, and now, as the confession inches closer, the divine scale is tipping. The God of justice has arisen, and his hand is moving swiftly. Let every demonic delay take notice. Your case has been called into heaven's court, and the judgment has already been released. What they did, the lie they held, the manipulation they used, the time they stole, it has not been dismissed. It has been fully weighed. And now, it will return to them tenfold. Not by your hand, not through revenge, but by the righteous order of God. The one who held the truth back thought they were preserving peace, but they were resisting divine alignment. And now that heaven has decided to reveal what was concealed, reversal is inevitable. The same hand that held you down will see you rise. The same voices that cast doubt on you will have to watch the oil pour over your head. What was done in secret will now serve your promotion in public. God is not mocked. The seeds of deception that were sown in your atmosphere are now being harvested in full view. But don't let this make you bitter. Let it make you bold. Because the reversal isn't just about vindication. It's about restoration of position, clarity, and divine favor. You will not only get back what was lost, you will receive more than what was taken. More time, more strength, more spiritual authority. This is not petty vengeance. This is holy realignment. Heaven is balancing the scale. the honor you deserved but didn't receive, the truth you spoke that no one believed, the love you gave that was not returned. Every act of obedience you made in silence is now coming back around as visible favor. The reversal is not subtle. It is undeniable. Those who once overlooked you will have no choice but to acknowledge the hand of God on your life. You are walking into a divine reversal, not just emotionally, not just relationally, but spiritually. The enemy's grip is breaking. The cycles are collapsing. The manipulation is melting. You will not go back to who you were before the pain. You will not carry the weight of what they did. You are being reversed into the right direction, redirected into divine purpose, reintroduced to the world in full authority. And hear this: the pain did not disqualify you. It marked you. It shaped your intercession. It deepened your discernment. It positioned you for oil that only flows from crushed places. You are not rising in spite of the injustice. You are rising because of it. Heaven used what hurt you to strengthen what was in you. And now, your breakthrough will not be random. It will be righteous. This is your divine decree. What was meant to bury you will now bless you. What was meant to silence you will now confirm you. What they thought would break you has now built you into someone unrecognizable to your former self. Heaven has ruled. The verdict is in. And you are stepping into a supernatural reversal no man can stop. Type "justice is mine" if you know God is balancing the scales. Blessing code 833 is breaking every chain and reversing the residue of injustice off your life. The warning has been spoken. The angels have been released. The time hath been marked. And now, as the heavens bear witness and the earth prepares to tremble beneath the weight of the coming truth, this message reaches its final moment. What you have heard was not opinion, not suggestion, but divine intelligence delivered through the voice of urgency and mercy. The three angels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, were not just symbols. They were sent as divine witnesses to your timeline. They have surrounded you with holy protection, covered your mind with supernatural peace, and paved a silent path for the secret to surface. You are not waiting alone. You are not walking blind. You are surrounded, sealed, and seen. Let this be burned into your spirit. You are not a victim of their silence. You are the vessel of God's sound. You are not defined by what they hid. You are aligned with what heaven is revealing. The confession coming forth is not the end of your story. It is the door to your divine emergence. Everything you've carried in private, God is about to honor in public. Now breathe deeply. Assail every fear. Let go of the need to control. And step boldly into the posture that releases heaven's final decree. You are sealed. You are watched over. You are divinely positioned. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No lie spoken over you shall stand. No scheme designed to confuse you shall succeed. You are rising with clarity. You are walking into the daybreak of deliverance. You are covered from crown to sole with the blessing of the Most High. Let this final declaration pour over your spirit. You are sealed, seen, and sent. Now rise. Type "I am sealed and sent" in the comments if this prophetic word has confirmed your spirit. Blessing code 000 is now complete and covering you for what's coming next. And now, to those whose spirits have been ignited, I speak directly to you. If this word found you, it's because heaven made sure it would. But what if this same message could find someone else whose soul is quietly breaking under the weight of delay, deception, or silence? When you support this prophetic mission, you aren't just giving. You are sending angels ahead into someone else's storm. Your gift becomes the sound of freedom in another's darkness. Your seed becomes their clarity. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over." That promise isn't poetic, it's prophetic. And today, it's acted over those who give. Right now, heaven is watching. Angels are recording. And your giving isn't a transaction, it's a response. It's a partnership with purpose. It's obedience. You can support through Super Thanks, join our YouTube membership, or release a prophetic seed through PayPal. The link is in the video description below. Let your giving become the sound that awakens someone else's destiny. Do not delay. Move now. Partner with the Word. Partner with heaven. And watch what is released back into your life.